Welcome, fellow Krispy Kreme enthusiasts. Are you on the hunt for the perfect donut that hits all the right spots? Look no further than Krispy Kreme, the king of all donuts. Picture this, a flawless sheet of glaze that crackles across the top when you take your first bite, followed by a light, pillowy pastry that dissolves in your mouth. It's the ultimate indulgence for breakfast, dessert, or any time in between that'll have you coming back for more. And let's not forget about the hot off-the-line donuts that'll leave you in a state of pure bliss. Well, if you're a true Krispy Kreme fan, you won't want to miss a second of this video. Be sure to hit that subscribe button and join the donut revolution. Let's get started. Let's take a journey back in time to the year 1937. Krispy Kreme began as a small donut shop in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. A young man by the name of Vernon Rudolph purchased a yeast-raised recipe from a New Orleans chef and rented a building in historic Old Salem in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. This was the beginning of what would soon become the legendary donut company. Rudolph started by selling his donuts to local grocery stores, but it wasn't long before he began selling directly to customers. He primarily sold to convenience stores, but also sold hot donuts to individuals who came during production time between midnight and 4 a.m. It was during these early years that Rudolph perfected his recipe, creating the lightest, most pillowy pastry and the perfect glaze that crackles under the light. In 1939, Krispy Kreme opened its first bakery outside of the South in Akron, Ohio. The company continued to expand, opening more locations and perfecting its recipe. But it wasn't until the 1990s that Krispy Kreme truly became a household name, thanks to its innovative marketing strategies and the introduction of the Hot Now neon sign that signaled when fresh, hot donuts were ready. Fast forward to today, Krispy Kreme is a global phenomenon, with locations all over the world and a dedicated following of donut enthusiasts. Have you ever walked by a Krispy Kreme and been hit with the incredible aroma that you just couldn't resist? That irresistible smell is actually what started it all for Krispy Kreme. Founder Vernon Rudolph was so confident in the unique and amazing smell of his original glazed donuts that he began selling them directly from his donut-making facility in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. The delicious scent of freshly baked Krispy Kreme donuts is so powerful that it can stop you in your tracks and transport you to a place of pure bliss. Now, jokes aside, what are the donuts made up of that makes them so irresistible? Well, hit that subscribe button and like the video because you don't want to be left out of this. Let's dive in. Krispy Kreme donuts are undoubtedly one of the most beloved sweet fast food treats, with a secret recipe that keeps people guessing. Although the exact ingredients remain shrouded in mystery, the internet is awash with theories about what makes these donuts so delectable. In a viral TikTok video, user @TimboSliceOfLife12 dropped a bombshell, claiming that the secret ingredient is mashed potatoes. While some TikTok users agree, others think it's the high sugar content that gives them their irresistible taste. Yet, for many, it's the iconic hot sign that elevates Krispy Kreme donuts above the competition. Whatever the secret ingredient may be, there's no denying the cult-like following these donuts have garnered over the years, even if some skeptics attribute their appeal to chemicals. Well, British or not, I know in one way or another, you've wondered how these things slip through the cracks actually. Yes, you heard that right. For over 80 years, Krispy Kreme has managed to keep its original glazed donut recipe a well-guarded secret. The company's founder, Vernon Rudolph, purchased the recipe from a French chef in New Orleans in 1937. But the origins of the recipe remain somewhat mysterious. In a bid to unravel the mystery, Rudolph's son, Carver, teamed up with a historian to search for the original recipe. They discovered that the recipe consisted of a blend of fluffed egg whites, mashed potatoes, sugar, shortener, skim milk, and flour, which was then fried and glazed. However, because Rudolph would have been making large quantities of donuts, his son believes that the recipe was likely tweaked along the way. While the exact secret ingredients remain unknown, it's clear that Krispy Kreme donuts are undeniably delicious, and the inclusion of mashed potatoes in the recipe might just be the secret behind their irresistible flavor. Moving on, in a classic case of how not to name a promotion, a Krispy Kreme store in the UK has come under fire for their latest marketing ploy. As part of their winter break campaign for kids, the store decided to spice things up by calling one of the days KKK Wednesdays. Now you might think that the KKK stands for Krispy Kreme Club, But unfortunately, it's also the abbreviation of the notorious hate group, the Ku Klux Klan. As soon as the post went up on Facebook, outraged customers began flooding the comments section with complaints. The store quickly realized its mistake and took down all the offensive material. A spokesperson for Krispy Kreme was quick to issue a public apology, stating that the promotion was never meant to be offensive and that they were conducting an internal investigation. Now, turning the page to the most interesting part of the video, did you know there's donut-infused beer? Who would have thought that donuts and beer could be a match made in heaven? But two Florida breweries, Hidden Springs Aleworks and Arcane Aleworks, have done just that by teaming up to create a unique brew that combines the best of both worlds. The secret? Krispy Kreme Original Glazed Donuts. The result is a Russian Imperial Stout that boasts a rich, complex flavor profile with notes of coffee and chocolate, thanks in part to the donuts. It's a daring experiment, but it seems to have paid off. And while donuts and beer might not be the most obvious pairing, the collaboration has certainly piqued the interest of curious foodies and beer enthusiasts alike. Dubbed Donut Coat Me on This, the stout was brewed in 2 batches, one with glazed and one with cream-filled donuts. While Krispy Kreme was not directly involved in the brewing process, the company was said to be supportive of the project. And why wouldn't they be? After all, who wouldn't want to taste a beer that captures the sweet, decadent flavors of their iconic donuts? The beer was released in January 2018 and promptly sold out, leaving fans clamoring for more. With its rich, toasty flavor and hints of chocolate and donuts, it's easy to see why. Let's hope that Hidden Springs Aleworks and Arcane Aleworks decide to brew up another batch of this tasty and innovative brew soon. Let's be honest, we've all been to a wedding where the cake looks stunning but tastes like cardboard. What if we told you there's a solution to this age-old wedding cake conundrum? Enter the Krispy Kreme Donut Tower. With its multi-tiered design and delectable glazed donuts, this tower is the perfect solution for anyone looking to satisfy their sweet tooth without sacrificing taste. Whether you want an all-glazed tower or prefer to customize it with your favorite varieties, Krispy Kreme has got you covered. And if your local store doesn't offer the service, fear not, building your donut tower is easy with the help of a tiered cake stand. So why settle for a dry, tasteless cake when you can have a tower of fresh, delicious donuts? But the donut tower isn't just for weddings. Krispy Kreme also offers individually packaged donuts as wedding favors and even gender reveal donuts with pink or blue filling for baby showers. With so many options to choose from, it's no wonder that Krispy Kreme is quickly becoming the go-to choice for anyone looking to add a little sweetness to their special occasions. Surprisingly, there's a Krispy Kreme black market. Do you recall Chris Rock's hilarious stand-up comedy bit about Krispy Kreme donuts? Well, it turns out he may have been onto something. In the border of Juarez, Mexico, a Krispy Kreme restaurant once stood, luring locals in with its sweet aroma and mouth-watering treats. But when the store closed, the residents were left with a craving they couldn't satisfy. That's when the Krispy Kreme Familia stepped in, setting up an underground donut market and becoming the go-to source for those in need of a sugary fix. And just like that, the donut black market was born. All in all, it just goes to show how irresistible Krispy Kreme donuts can be, even inspiring a black market trade. Well, if you're craving a sweet treat, be sure to check out Krispy Kreme's menu. There's something for everyone. Have you ever tried to recreate Krispy Kreme donuts at home? What secret ingredients do you think they use? And do you have any fond memories associated with Krispy Kreme donuts? Maybe a favorite flavor you always get or a special occasion where you enjoyed them? Share your story in the comments below. If you want to stay up to date on all the latest food trends and innovations, be sure to hit that subscribe button and stay tuned for more exciting content. Stay safe and curious. See you in the next video.